Hey there, this is Shranit. You're watching The Gadget Guy. So, today I wanted to make a review video on the world's most famous phone for the selfies, the Vivo V5 Plus. Yes, the phone which is having two front cameras and which has a screen flash. Launched by Vivo in Jan 2017 in India, which is priced around 27,000. The phone comes with two cameras, one 20 megapixel and another one 8 megapixel in the front, and a rear shooter with 16 megapixel. Coming to the hardware aspects of the phone, it comes with an octa-core processor of Snapdragon 625, which is clocked at 2.0 GHz, and Adreno 506. The battery is around 3000 mAh, which is quite decent, and the screen is of 5.5 inch full HD screen, but it's IPS and not our Super AMOLED or AMOLED. The glass is 2.5D, so it gets a smooth edge over it, and and the overall body is of aluminum magnesium alloy, which gives a pretty decent look and a good in-hand feel. So the main aspect of the phone for which the phone is in market and for which the market is asking for it, it's in demand, is for its camera. No doubt the phone is an exact copy of our iPhone. It looks like the iPhone, it got all the edges like the iPhone, the color as the iPhone, even the iOS, the FunTouch iOS also, I'm so sorry, even the FunTouch OS is also like the iOS. The icons are pretty much similar. Overall the phone is a copy of iPhone. So the main reason why Vivo was getting in the market was because of the copy of iPhone. Come on people, I don't understand why people can get so easily fooled. They just want to buy Vivo because of the copy of the iPhone. And now Vivo has finally done something which is out of the box, which even iPhone could not, having a dual camera phone in the front. iPhone 7 Plus just launched with a dual camera lens at the back. So, giving my honest opinion, I have my list ready like always. So, coming to the advantages of the phone, why one should buy this phone. The selfies with dual camera, it's exceptional. There is no word to explain that. The cameras are engineered by Sony, so obviously the quality of the camera has to be perfect. You know, you will get a perfect DSLR feel after clicking photos from this camera. The RAM is 4GB, which is again quite good. The internal storage is 64GB, which is quite enough. The gaming experience is very smooth. We found no lagging issues even in the highest mode of playing, highest graphics. We found no issues over there. The glass is 2.5D and full HD screen. Yeah, it comes with Gorilla Glass 5, so which is another plus point of the phone. It gets Gorilla Glass 5. It does supports fast charging, which is good. It comes with dual SIM Volt experience. Coming to the music is brilliant. You get hi-fi experience, which is something new in the market. No other company has worked on. Hi-fi music is very good. You can literally feel the difference between the normal music and the hi-fi music, as the phone does allow you to switch to the normal or the hi-fi as per your requirement. The quality is changed, completely changed. After hi-fi music, I don't think you will ever prefer to go back to the normal one. Slim and light. The phone is very slim, it's very lightweight, it gets good edges, it gets good diamond cut finishes. The build quality is very premium. You won't feel you are handling over some small or some average company phone. The feel is very good. The user experience is also very good. The body is very hard. And it does support OTG. Through OTG you have to enable it through the settings, and it gets enabled only for 5 minutes. So that's a bit minus point over there, but still it does support OTG. Coming to the disadvantages of the phone. The primary camera does excellent job in normal lighting, but in low lights it does have some struggle in it. It does have some noise, which is again a downside of the phone. The phone pricing is very high. At 27,000, I mean, you can get another company's phone with almost same specification. Only the worst part is you won't be having 20 megapixel camera in the front. Rest, with same or better specification, the phones are available in the market. So that's a bit of negative. But again, if you are selfie lover, I don't think 27,000 you would mind spending, because you are getting world's most perfect and most accurate selfies. There is nothing better in the market to give you better selfies than this. The battery is quite decent. 3000 mAh is quite low with a screen size of 5.5 and so many functions, plus the FunTouch OS and having such a great camera. Come on, if you are going to buy this, you are going to click selfies every now and then. So just 3000 mAh is quite low. At least I found it to be quite low. But again, fast charging does charges your phone up into 2 hours from 0 to 100%, which is a good point. The storage, all you get is 64 GB. No matter what you do, you cannot expand the storage. There is no expandable memory for this. So that's again a negative side. The body is not water or dust proof, which is quite common, as none of the phones are working on that. Only Sony used to work on that, and now Sony is not in the game for a long period. Samsung used to do it in 2 to 3 phones, not more than that. There is no IR blaster, which almost all Redmi phones gives, so again a negative. There is no NFC in it. At this price point, we expect to be NFC feature in this. The software, FunTouch OS, it's more like outdated. The software needs some update, because the settings and all are not that convenient as convenient the Samsung has or some other OS as we consider. So OS is not that convenient, and it's exactly like iPhone. Like, there is nothing different. Even sliding from the down, getting it from the up, everything is just like that. Even icons match. So it should work a bit on the software to use, so they can experience, so the users can experience a better usage over it. And the screen is IPS. It's not AMOLED or Super AMOLED, which I told before. That's a negative as well. So coming to the rating part of the phone, I would rate the design to be 8 because it's really premium. The display is 8 because of the IPS I have to rate it at 8, or else it would have been 10. The software is 7, as I don't prefer the software is that much friendly or that much convenient to use. The performance is 7. The performance is okayish. You won't find any lagging issues, but the software do affect the performance. The battery is 8, just it's 3000 mAh, so I am reducing 2 points, plus it's fast charging, so only 2 points. The camera is 8. Because of the rear camera, I had to deduct 2 points, but the front camera is ultimate. Value for money is 6, because at this price point I can get something better in the market, so more or less it's fine. My overall rating for the phone will be 7.9. If you have not used Vivo before, then let me tell you something about the brand Vivo. I would rate Vivo as a brand at 6.4, not more than that, because the old phones of Vivo are not that good as this one is. So regarding all the phones and overall all the news in the market, I would consider it to be 6.4. The brand perception in the market is now accepting Vivo with the V5 and V5 Plus, as these phones are something out of the box, and therefore the perception in the market has increased a bit, so you can consider it to be 8 out of 10. So tomorrow, if you want to sell out your phone, you may get something better in return. And service, the service provided by Vivo is class apart. It's 10 on 10. You won't find any problem over there. The service provider, everything is very, very smooth, very, very helping. So that's a good point for Vivo. So coming to the final verdict of the phone, if you are a selfie lover, if you want to click selfie every 5 minutes, you should totally buy this phone. This will give you not only the perfect selfies, but a DSLR feel. If you are a selfie lover, you know how precious this DSLR clicks are. So you can get it on your hand, which is very good. The selfie cam has no beat to it. It's very, very good. Coming to overall aspects, the phone do lose some points here and there. The major point it loses is at Android 6.0. They could have launched Android 7.0 in this phone out of the box, but they did not. It's Android 6.0, and the FunTouch OS is not that great as you want to look. But still, the phone is good. If you want to buy for cameras and only for cameras, you can go and buy it for 27,000. I have my link in the description below. But the phone is quite good on the overall basis, and camera is something class apart. Thanks for watching. If my video has helped you out somewhat, Please help me back by sharing, liking or viewing this videos. Thanks a lot. Thanks for watching.